parents' house, so we were alone at the house, and my husband had already went to bed, and I was just kind of cleaning up the kitchen, and then upstairs, I swore I could hear, like, little footsteps running around back and forth, but then I was just trying to ignore it. I'm like, you're probably just hearing things. It's just the house settling. So I went to bed and tried to lay down. I could still hear it just, like, going back and forth up in the hallway. And then, all of a sudden, my husband got up in bed, and he's like, what is that sound upstairs? And he's totally opposite to me, because to me, every explanation is a paranormal something. But for him, his feet are more on the ground, so he's like, I can't hear all that racket upstairs. What is it? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm so glad you heard it too. And so he got out of bed, and he was thinking someone, like an intruder, was in the house. So he grabbed his gun, and he walked upstairs, and I'm freaking out, like my heart is beating really fast,
Sure.
And I'm following behind him. And then we checked every single room and every single closet and turned all the lights on, and there was nothing. So then we go back to bed and lay down, and I could still hear the footsteps. And then I could also hear, like, a very low sound of a radio playing, like a radio station. Like, I could hear the DJ. I felt like I could hear some country songs, but I was trying to ignore it. And then he said up again, do you hear that radio? And I'm like, yes, I hear it too. Thank God you hear it. And so we started looking around the house, because in the kitchen we did have, like, a radio installed in the wall, so you could turn on music in the living room. But it wasn't on, and he was messing around with it, and he even took it out of the wall, because he kept hearing just, like, a really low, faint sound of a radio. It's barely audible. And at the same time, we could hear random footsteps upstairs. And he was so determined. He said, man, I have to work early, and I cannot sleep with all these sounds. And so he went outside and checked to see if he could hear a radio outside, and he was just, like, busy trying to figure out where all these sounds were coming from. And I'm sitting there, and, like, my heart is still beating really fast. I felt really nervous, because I kept thinking, oh my gosh, ghost or something. I don't know what this is. And he even unhooked all the electricity to the house, so all the electricity was off. And all of a sudden, I just felt calm, and then all of a sudden stopped at the same time. And so it was all gone. I'm like, that was so weird. So he turned the electricity back on, and then we went to bed. But that experience always stuck with me, because I'm like, well, okay, was it connected to me because I was scared? Did a haunting happen because I was nervous? And are they attracted to people who are a little nervous? Or was it like,
What if the radio was talking?
Well, we never found the source of the sound, and he unhooked the radio, and we could still hear radio.
You could still hear it. But if you put your ear by the radio speaker, it was not coming out of there?
No, it was in our bedroom. That's where you could hear it the best. And I swear I could even hear, like, the in-between sleepers, like this country station and a DJ talking, and I could hear, like, a country song, but it was very low. And then I started to think, well, what if, some people talk like different dimensions sometimes bleed over. What if that was another time when another family was in that house? And for that, brief couple hours, maybe our time and their time was bleeding in together. But I've never been able to figure it out, like, is it poltergeist or ghost? But the thing is that he heard it, so he's not even into all that stuff. So it makes you realize, okay, it really happened.
I love that story. Thank you so much. Let's go next to New Law in Spokane, Washington. Welcome to the show, New Law, and you are up with us.
Hey, thank you for having me, George.
Hi there. Beautiful name, by the way. That's different.
Thank you so much. So I once lived in Walnut Creek, California, and there was a ghost in the house, and the guy I lived in worked with from home. We were sitting there working on the computers, and he said, I had a strange dream. And I did too. So excitedly I asked him what his dream was about, and I found out that I had the same dream. We both had it. And in the dream we were both given, we were led to a closet in the house that had a door that lifted off the floor that led to under the house. And both of our dreams ended with us running away from the house at night as fast as we could. And in real life, he told me that that's an actual closet in the house, and he brought me to it, and he showed me the closet with the floor on the door leading to under the house, and we both decided we were not going to open it. We both We were both, and we both realized we were both seeing somebody walk by in the other room constantly.
What do you think was going on?
Well, we both decided not to open the door.
I wouldn't open the door either.
No,
You could just imagine what's on the other side.
I have no idea, but it's mind-blowing that we were both given the same dream, leading to the same place in the house.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Thanks for that story. Love it. Text and tweets. Tom, what do we have?
So this one's from Sarah in West Covina. It simply says, favorite candy ever received by trick-or-treating?
Favorite trick-or-treat that I ever received?
Right, like when you go trick-or-treating.
Well, first of all, I got to remember when I was a little kid. That was the last time I went trick-or-treating.
Okay.
You don't think I go trick-or-treating now, do you?
No, I don't think she does either.
I would say those little Snickers.
Little Snickers.
They're pretty good. How about you?
I like Abba Zaba.
The favorite, there was a poll. The favorite Halloween candy that kids receive that they like, guess what it is?
I'm going to say Milky Way.
Peanut butter cups.
Oh, Reese's, yeah.
And then Twix,
Twix, yeah.
then Kit Kat.
What's the one you like? That guy, some listener sent you like a whole case.
I can't remember. That was it the Mars candy bars?
No, it was one you said we did a thing on candy bars one night, and you said we couldn't find it
Oh, and
anymore.
I've got it written down back in the LA office somewhere.
Yeah.
I got to find it again. But yeah, they're out there. There's a company that makes them. They're the candies that are segmented into 5 little squares into one big bar, but 5 little squares, and each square is something different.
Are they Uno?
And you break them off. No, it's not Uno.
I know Snickers is the best-selling one, but do you think that Snickers is the most selling of all time?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Good question. Time for more calls. Let us go next to Bill in Los Angeles. Hey, Bill. You with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Halloween.
Oh, thank you. You too, Bill.
How about that Kevin Randall describing what we were talking about last night when I...
Yeah, that was great timing, wasn't it?
Was it a coincidence or not?
Well, there are no coincidences. It's done by fate.
Speaking of, I was describing to Tom a creepy portal I stumbled across in my house, and Tom found it terrifying, and he said, well, maybe George would like to take a glimpse at it. You want to try it real fast to look at this portal?
Go ahead. Tell me about it.
Okay, hang on. Don't be afraid, Tommy. My gut tells me we've entered a parallel universe.
That was weird. What was that sound?
Okay, let me come back to this dimension. That's a secret for old-time radio effects people.
That's a great little thing.
It's a bottle being drawn across a guitar that has the strings muffled.
Can you do that again?
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, it sounds like you're going through a portal or something.
Right. I've been making those sounds since 4th grade when I discovered you could do with really simple tools. You could make old-time radio and TV sound effects.
I love that. Thanks. I appreciate that, Billy. Rich in San Francisco. Take it away, Rich.
Yeah, thank you. The guest you had on the other night was Stephen Rossetti.
See, last night, Monsignor Stephen Rossetti.
Yeah, the guy kind of creeped me out. There was something kind of, he reminded me a little bit of Benjamin Crumb. Benjamin Crumb made me feel uneasy, but this guy just flat out creeped me out. There's some kind of shall we call a voiceless spirit inside him.
In the priest? Really? You really think so? In the priest? That's
What was that?
He's a priest.
Yeah, I didn't like the way he came across. There's something, there's a narcotic poison inside him that's viciously abused.
That's what you felt. That's interesting. That's an interesting take on that, to be sure. More open line calls and ghost-to-ghost calls as well. That was, I didn't get that from the Monsignor at all. I thought he was a pretty nice guy, to be sure. Let's go to Darren in Mankato, Minnesota. Welcome to the show. Hello, Darren.
Hi, George.
Thanks for calling. What do you got for us?
I was on a ghost walk at the famous Calumet Inn in Pipestone, Minnesota, and at the end of the tour, the guy said that some people can see spirits in a chair. And so I took a picture. We couldn't see it with the naked eye. I took a picture, and the guy next to me took a picture, and I was listening to his reaction. So the two of us compared our pictures, and there were 7 people in the picture, and one guy had like a beard and, you know, kind of evil, demonic eyes. And we compared our pictures, and it was the same people in the pictures, but they were in different poses. And I'm just curious, I'm like how and why do spirits get an object?
They attach themselves, and John Zaffis has told us many, many times that spirits have the ability to attach themselves to objects. These are some objects that they have possessed. These are objects that they get attached to. But sometimes they just, you know, like whether it's a haunted doll or something like that, but they do. I mean, the spirit world is a bizarre, fascinating aspect of life. It really is. It really is. Let me get some information out before we take a break. We're going to come back and have another hour to go of our ghost-to-ghost calls. So get yourself ready to make the calls. And again, thank you to all of you who emailed us and sent in ghost stories. Tom's got you selected, and you've already connected with him. We'll be back.
What does solar mean for your future? Well, that depends on whether your solar is Sunlux Solar. Sunlux Solar means you've unshackled your home from the rising cost of electricity. Sunlux Solar means uninterrupted power during blackouts or natural disasters. It means no more dependence on gasoline because your home fuels your car. Sunlux Solar means saving tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the system. I design homes. I know just how much is riding on your solar. That's why I partner with Sunlux, because Sunlux is solar done right. The most comprehensive warranty of the industry, 5-star customer service, critical partnerships with industry leaders like Tesla and LG. With Sunlux, it's a partnership for your home's future, and that future is just a click away at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Should she continue to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
Is it safe for my daughter?
Have they been thoroughly tested?
Will my grandson be okay if he gets vaccinated? He's still developing.
The short answer to all these questions? Yes. The COVID-19 vaccine is proven to be safe and effective for ages 12 and up. Feeling good about the facts? Visit myturn.ca.gov today to schedule a vaccination appointment or find a walk-in clinic near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
There was a Secure Fence Act of 2006, and you know who voted for that at the time?
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's the hypocrisy of politicians.
It really is.
It isn't one side or the other, because we saw this when Obama was in office. There were Republicans who refused to go along with anything that guy did because they didn't like him.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. KFI.
I could tell you stories about the radio station after hours. I've been cleaning it for 30 years. There's a ghost in the ladies' room. Makes poop noises, but no one's there. Screams all the time. Like my first marriage. But she was a piece of work.
Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
252 Cautious. I'm Andrew Carabella from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LAPD is warning parents across Southern California to be on the lookout for street racing this Halloween weekend.
LAPD's Brian Wenley says street racing takeovers referred to as sideshows are on the rise in the region. And the fact that the holiday lands on a Sunday comes with an increased warning for parents.
We know that the sideshows take off. They call it Sunday Fun Day. They gather. Sundays are always the heaviest days.
He says when police show up to these events, drivers often take off in every direction, trying to get away.
And that's what led to the tragic death that we know about on Satakoy Sunday night, again on a Sunday night.
He is urging parents that hear street racing activity to load their kids up and leave. In Northridge, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
LA County Sheriff Villanueva has declared an imminent threat to public safety because of the county's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The sheriff says the mandate is causing a reduction in staffing, which will have an impact on response times and the potential closure of stations. Villanueva says the department already follows strict COVID-19 protocols, so the mandate is not necessary. He says he's close to losing 20 to 30% of his workforce. A judge may have to decide what to do about an eviction lawsuit between the city of Orange and a decades-old soup kitchen. Lawyer Brooke Weitzman for Mary's Kitchen says the city's plan doesn't help the 300 homeless people served by the soup kitchen.
There seems to be a plan to endanger lives and to dump the city's obligation to its residents on its neighbor cities with no regard for the people or the neighbor cities or the impact it will have on the region as a whole.
Weitzman says the risk to life far outweighs the minimal cost of waiting a few more months for Mary's Kitchen to find a new home. The city's plan claims to provide food and services for homeless people for 30 days once the soup kitchen closes. A study has found parents are more likely to give their young kids a COVID-19 vaccine after some time passes. Liz Hamill with the Kaiser Family Foundation says parents' attitudes were different with older kids.
The share of parents who are ready to get their teens vaccinated has increased as they've learned more, as they've seen other teens get vaccinated. So we would expect the same thing to happen with younger kids as well.
The Kaiser Family Foundation survey shows 26% of people say they would give their child a vaccine right away. Less than a third said they would definitely not give the vaccine to their younger child. KFI weather, mid to upper 60s at the beaches, low to mid 70s for Metro LAOC, upper 70s in the valleys, and around 80 for the IE. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Andrew Caravella.
Crash in Brea on the southbound side of the 57 before Brea Canyon Road has two left lanes blocked of Kfi Am back to Diamond Bar Boulevard. In Diamond Bar on the eastbound side of the 60 before the 57, we have a crash in the middle lane of Kfi back up starting around Brea Canyon Road. And Silmar on the eastbound side of the 210 between the 5 and Folks. Caltrans reports it has all lanes shut down until around 6 o'clock this morning. All lanes also closed in Westminster, southbound side of the 405 Golden West to Beach Boulevard until around 6 a.m. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Sabucky.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. With 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high-limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at Yamaba.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Your life, your hope, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., it's really none of our business, and it shouldn't be anyone else's. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt, and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Gisana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiment. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
At a prestigious consumer electronics show, the winner for best product might surprise you.
because of what the technology found in a mattress. Sit and Sleep introduces the new Smart Life mattress by King Coil.
Inside every Smart Life is something revolutionary. 80 patented smart cells that cradle you with personalized support and let you and your sleep partner adjust your comfort level.
Smart Life even has a feature Sleep Number doesn't. A soothing relaxation mode that massages you to sleep or gently wakes you up in the morning.
Before you buy a Sleep Number bed, you owe it to yourself to try Smart Life's revolutionary smart cell technology. Stop by any Sit and Sleep or make an appointment today, where you can shop safely with your own personal protector to lay on.
And Sit and Sleep will deliver, set up, and remove your old mattress for free. So for the latest innovations in sleep, make the smart move. Try the new Smart Life mattress from King Coil at Sit and Sleep today.
Hey, I'm billion-dollar broker Ryan Serhant, and I'm here to tell you that my very, very popular and successful podcast, Big Money Energy, is returning for Season 2 on October 25th, so subscribe now. Season 2 features conversations with some of the smartest people in the world, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Ben Baller, Rebecca Minkoff, Jenny Fleiss, and more. Listen to Big Money Energy on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
American Vision Windows, SoCal's choice for energy-efficient windows and doors. AmericanVisionWindows.com.
KFI AM 640.
It was a graveyard smash. It's a home in a flag. It belongs to the man.
To talk to George Norrie, call the wild card line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George via Skype, use Skype name George97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. This is Ghost to Ghost AM with George Norrie.
I love that. Welcome to Ghost to Ghost. We've got another hour to go for you here. Isn't it strange, though? Halloween is on a Sunday. That's weird. Everybody I have talked to says it's strange that Halloween's on a Sunday, that it should be made a permanent holiday on a Friday night or a Saturday night. What do you think about that? Think about that. Anyways, we're going to come back with the rest of your Ghost to Ghost calls in a moment on Coast to Coast AM. Well, fall is kind of hectic these days, but it's kind of nice where you don't have to worry about meal preps as long as you're dealing with HelloFresh. That's who I recommend. HelloFresh delivers pre-portioned ingredients right to your doorstep, giving you a head start on meals and freeing up the rest of your night and even your week for your own time. It's 30% cheaper than the grocery store because HelloFresh saves you both a trip and some money, and it's sent right to you. Farm fresh ingredients, 50 always changing weekly menus. The recipes come in full color, very easy to follow and understand. And I got to tell you, it's fun, especially if you bring the family in. If you got kids, bring them in too, and they can do part of the recipes. It's really neat. Just go to HelloFresh.com/George14 and use code George14 to get up to 14 free meals, by the way, including free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/George14, and inside that website, use the code George14.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, Home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, but one thing is for sure. Whether or not you're vaccinated, you need an accurate thermometer. Contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever, the leading sign of COVID and the flu. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Be vigilant and don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at exergens.com.
This is JC Webster saying, how dare you celebrate Halloween? It's the devil's birthday. Are you going to sing him happy birthday, dear devil? How dare you?
Unbelievable. JC is still around, isn't he? We were just talking about that a couple weeks ago. Well, welcome to Ghost, and let's go right back to the calls. Let's go to Joe in Treasure Valley, Idaho. Welcome to the program. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, and yourself?
Everything's great. I look forward to these special nights all the time.
It is kind of fun. I moved into this old house in 1935, and my son was here, and he said, Mom, something's here, and I said, no. And he said, I said, what did you experience? So I'm just paying the something here, and I thought, well, he was about 17, and I thought, well, we'll get back to that later. Anyway, I was in bed, until something happened, and my bed was set back. There was a rock here or something bouncing on my bed. And I just didn't, breathe. It went back to sleep. Anyway, that night I got upstairs around the floor. I came under the bed, walked through this little closet. It was about 3-4 feet tall. And kind of walked through it, and then said, hey, went to the bathroom and back to the lavatory. I thought, oh my goodness, what's this? I said, no, I both welcome the dogs and then I joined down that, over to Harbor, and he said, you know, you do have a spirit here, and I said, I know. He told me not to let him go home. They did that, and
Right, Sassy White.
It's soft, huh?
Right, Sassy White.
there's a pool there now where people come and go, home from, and then there's a little line that can get out.
Twice all.
Maybe American Idol opened it, but people come over here to go home. So, it's kind of interesting.
Did a part of you, Joe, miss this entity once you told them to go home?
Yes, they were worried.
He didn't have to go. He just didn't bother me, but he didn't belong here either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was out of place, wasn't he?
Yeah, see.
He needed to go home.
Well, we let him go home to be sure. Thank you. Next up, let's go to
Why do I have your job?
in Montana. Welcome to the show. Hello, Carlos.
You're ready. You can take control of her.
No, I don't either. I'm sure we have someday, but it's weird. And then next year, it'll be what? Tuesday, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.